What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bible with the Daily Dabber. Last time, Bible chapter C. We looked at chapter 17 of 2 Samuel. Today, guys, we're looking at chapter 18 of 2 Samuel. Oh, this chair is definitely broken somewhere. It's moving. Okay. Anyways. Let's get it. David mustered the men who were with him and appointed over the commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds. David sent out his troops, a third the commanders for Joab, a third under Joab's brother Abishai, son of Jeriah, and a third under Ittai the Gittite. The king told the troops, I myself will surely march out with you. But the men said, you must not go out. If we are forced to flee, they won't care about us. Even if half of us die, they won't care. But you are worth 10,000 of us. It will be better now for you to give us support from the city. The king answered, I will do whatever seems best to you. So the king stood beside the gate while all his men marched out in units of hundreds and thousands. The king commanded Joab, Abishai, and Ittai, be gentle with the young man Absalom for my sake. And all the troops heard the king giving orders concerning Absalom to each other of the commanders. David's army marched out the city to fight Israel, and the battle took place in the forest of Ephraim. There Israel's troops were routed by David's men. And the casualties that day were great, 20,000 men. The battle spread out over the whole countryside, and the forest swallowed up more men that day than the sword. Now Absalom happened to meet David's men. He was riding his mule, and as the mule went under the thick branches of large oak, Absalom's hair got caught under the tree. He was left hanging in midair. While the mule was riding, he kept on going. When one of the men saw that this happened, he told Joab, I must have seen Absalom hanging in an oak tree. Joab said to the man who had told him this, What? You saw him? Why didn't you strike him to the ground right there? Then I would give you 10 shekels of silver and a warrior's belt. But the man replied, even if 1,000 shekels were weighed out into my hands, I would not lay hand on the king's son. In our hearing, the king commanded you, and Abishai and Ittai, protect the young man also for my sake. And if I put my life in jeopardy and nothing is hidden from the king, you would have kept me distant from me. Joab said, I'm not going to wait this, are you? So he took 3 javelins in his hand and planted them into Absalom's heart. While Absalom was still alive in the oak tree, and 10 of Joab's armor breakers surrounded Absalom, struck him, and killed him. Then Joab sounded the trumpet, and the troops stopped pursuing Israel. For Joab halted them. Then he took Absalom, threw him into a big pit in the forest, and piled up a large heap of rocks over him. Meanwhile, all Israel fled to their homes. During his lifetime, Absalom had taken a pillar and erected it in the king's valley as a monument to himself, for he thought, I have no sons to carry on the memory of my name. He named the pillar after himself. It was called Absalom's monument to this day. David mourns. Now Ahimaaz, son of Zadok, said, let me run and take the news of the king. The Lord has vindicated him by delivering him from the hands of the enemies. You are not the one to take the news today. Joab told him, you may take the news another time, but you must not do so today, because the king's son is dead. Then Joab said to the Cushites, go tell the king what you have seen. The Cushite bowed down before Joab and ran off. Ahimaaz, son of Zadok, said to Joab, come what may, please let me run behind the caution. But Joab replied, my son, why do you want to go? You don't have any news that you bring you a reward. He said, come what may, I want to run. Joab said, run! And Ahimaaz ran by the plain and outran the Cushite. While the people were sitting between the inner and outer gates, the watchman went up the roof of the gateway by the wall. As he looked out, he saw a man running alone. The watchman called out to the king and reported. The king said, if he is alone, he must have good news. And when the king came closer, then the watchman saw another runner. He called down the gatekeeper. Look, another man's running alone. The king said, you must bring good news too. The watchman said, it seems to me the first one runs like Ahimaaz, son of Zadok. He's a good man, the king said. He comes with good news. Then Ahimaaz called out to the king, all is well. He bowed his head down before the king with his face to the ground and said, praise be to the Lord your God. He has delivered up those who lifted their hands against my lord the king. The king asked, is the young man Absalom safe? Ahimaaz answered, I saw a great confusion, just as Joab had sent the king's servant to me, servant, but I don't know what it was. The king said, stand aside and wait here. She stepped aside and stood there. Then the Cushite ran and said, my lord the king, hear the good news. The Lord has vindicated you today by delivering you from the hands of those who were against you. The king asked the Cushite, is the young man Absalom safe? The Cushite replied, may the enemies of my lord the king and all who rise up to harm you may be like that young man. The king was shaken. He went up to the room of the gateway and wept. As he went, he said, oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom. If only I died instead of you, oh Absalom, my son. Rest in peace! Well, guys, thank you all for listening. It's been a pleasure. Absalom is dead, brother. I am the Daily Dabber, and this is the end. Bye-bye. Night is trash.